There's a sail on the flat. Sail on the flat.
That's a pair of slammers, boys.
Nice fish.
Reelin' in the Keys with host Captain Rob Harris.
Well, good morning. We're downtown Key West right now at the world famous Key West Bite. We're going to be fishing today out of Conch Harbor Marina. We're right here at Half Shell Raw Bar at Dante's. You know, this is one of the more popular marinas, but everybody tends to forget about it because it kind of sits over here in a little secluded area. It's beautiful because you got access to everything downtown. You got all the charter boats that are here. And speaking of the charter boats, we're going out on the Ocean Energy with Captain Mike Blumin and Captain Russell Knowles, and you get to come along. Well, here we are on board the Ocean Energy. We've got Captain Mike Blumin. Mike, tell us a little about the boat here. I understand that it's an older boat. Man, it is in great shape.
Yeah, it's a 1974 custom sport fisherman. It's in pretty good shape. We've done a little bit of minor renovations to the V-berth and inside the cabin, and the boat runs great. I mean, we're really happy with it.
Now, Russell, you're the other half of Team Ocean Energy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're a relatively young guy, especially to an old guy like me. But, you know, for everybody that's watching, they shouldn't let that, you know, be a guide because you've been fishing on the water a lot. Tell us a little about yourself and your background.
I'm from, born and raised in Panama City, Florida. You know, I've been back and forth from the Keys my entire life. My granddad fished down here in the 50s out of Marathon, and my dad grew up on his charter boat down here. My granddad started fishing down here back around 1959. He had the Captain Hornblower, and it was tied up down in Boot Key Harbor in Marathon. My dad, my granddad, and my grandma, they all lived on the boat. My granddad would get up to go fishing. My grandma and my dad would go get in the van, hang out in the van for a couple hours before he had to go to school. My grandma worked at a hotel, and we get back, they all go back on the boat, go back to bed and do it all over again. And my granddad had a jazz band, and he started getting a little bit more popular and stuff and started going down here to Key West and opened up a nightclub called Captain Hornblowers, and it's pretty famous. People know about it down here. Yeah. And I also got hooked up with Mel Fisher down here. My dad, when he graduated from high school, bought this little 85-foot tugboat and ended up taking it out there and putting a mailbox on it. And they got real close with Mel Fisher, and they went out there. They never found the main pile, but they found a bunch of bronze cannons.
Good, so you're going to get us out here. We're going to go do some trolling, do some bottom fishing, do some groupers, yellowtail, pretty much just do it all.
Right, we're going to go out here and see if we can't find some birds working, a little bit of grass. I'm probably going to ease out here to about 400. Just start working back towards the east. Be nice, keep the sun off our baits. We'll be able to see what's going on back there in the spread.
I'm excited. I'm ready to go catch you.
Yeah, me too. Well, we got ballyhoo rigged with pin rigs and a little number 7 trolling hook. I'm fishing with 40-pound mono for my leader material. Because, you know, I feel like you fish, the lighter you fish, you know, you may get broke off more, but you get a lot more hits, you know, just because it just looks so much more natural. And it just makes for a really nice presentation. You can see him, you can get up in the tower and see him swimming down there, and it just looks like a school of ballyhoo behind the boat, you know. Sometimes we'll put islanders in front of them, which are little skirts, or jet heads and bubblers, you know, they throw a nice smoke trail. And it really seems to draw the fish up, you know. Well, Mike's about to put out the witch doctor. That's one of our teasers that I like to pull. It gets down and digs. The sun hits the mares and stuff. Sometimes that raises a lot of billfish, and you know, it brings them right up in the spread. 90% of the time, the first bait they get hit is the short bait. We run it right back there, maybe you know, 20 feet behind the boat at second wake, and you can just see them come up there and just nail the bait, you know. Sometimes they come up there and hit half of it, and you just drop it back to him, you know, pick the rod up, take it out of gear till he eats it, and then come back and set up on him. Called boon birds, you know, daisy chain, whatever you want to call them. And they make a lot of turbulence on top of the water, and they look like stuff diving. And we pull them right in front of the ballyhoo. As you can see, we got this short bait right here in this ballyhoo. He comes up every once in a while and kind of flips around. Fish will come up there and check him out. We got the witch doctor underneath, and we're just trying to make a bunch of noise and see if we can draw them up.
But we're out here, we have the spread set. Captain Mike, Captain Russell got everything right where they want them, so now it's time for us to go out and look for some fish to catch, pick a fight with, maybe even get to bring home for dinner. Stick around, we'll be right back. I gotta see what you're talking about. Out here working in the blue water, we've just come across a big flock of birds. We're gonna go see if we can't catch us a tuna or skipjack or dolphin, something on it.
Be nice to catch a big bull and a cow running together, catch them on a date.
Yes.
Take them on a nice long boat ride. Fish on! Fish on! Double up.
And it doesn't take long before we got a double hookup.
Oh yeah.
Nice. About 2 big old blackfin.
Yeah, throw that little one in the live well. Here, I'm gonna bring him around this teeter, leader him real quick.
We just had a double header on bonita, you know, which a lot of folks don't consider to be very good table fare, which I'm one of those that don't consider them good table fare. They make great bait, and more importantly, they make great fun. They pull hard just like a tuna does. Probably the unsung heroes, especially when you're out here and the fishing's slow. You always know that you can come in if you just want to fight a fish, hook up a bonita, and have a great time.
Oh, it looks like we're coming up on some kind of raft up here. It's up on this rip. We're out here on the edge of about 800 feet of water out here. And you know, the Coast Guard comes and picks the people up off of them. They don't get touch dry land, they just take them back. Just leave the boats out here. They sink them sometimes.
It's got a motor in it.
Inboard. Come on, be some fish.
Yeah, that's just a bunch of barrels that are wrapped with plastic.
Look, there he is. He's following it. Drop back, short, drop it to him. Drop it back. The short rigger, he's following it. All right, we got a little dolphin.
Lit up.
We got us a little dolphin off our little raft. He looks more like a heavy lifter than a gaffer though, but.
As you can see here in Reeling in the Keys, you never know what you're gonna find. Found a little Cuban raft. Now we're getting a little dolphin. We're out here in the deep blue sea. We've got Cuba to the south of us, Key West to the north of us. Here in the background, you can see we got a little Cuban raft. It's gotta be pretty bad to get in that thing to come over here to Key West, but fortunately for us, there's no people in it. We've checked it out. They had plenty of supplies, and we're catching dolphin up.
I think we got a school of blackfin tuna over here that these birds are working on. We're gonna come run by them, see if I can't get one to eat. Hopefully they won't go down. Oh, that one too. They're all getting hit. Is he hooked? Y'all get to steel in him or what? Yeah. What about that 50? You got steel in that one?
Here we are, we're hooked up, we got a double on. Hopefully some tuna. Almost had a triple going.
Of mass proportions. No kidding. Get your string stretched at least.
Exactly. Hey, he's a nice bonito.
Well, boys, if we were in the business of catching shark bait.
Good Lord, look at that beast. That is the real thing. That's the size bonito that we catch when we're fishing down off of Mexico. That is a big bonito.
That is a...
He is a beast.
That's somebody's grandfather.
That is definitely world class.
Healing waters.
Congratulations, you got the bigger of the two.
Thank you. Cuban longline here. Here, Mike, he's eating it. Mike, drop back.
Just never know what you're gonna find under all these weeds.
It's a salad bar of deception. There they are, start pitching to them. Put some stuff in the water. They're coming up behind the boat. There they are, right there. Get a spinning reel.
Well, I'll keep him here. Go grab a spinning reel.
All right, let's...
Yeah, that one that originally came up, he looked like he was a decent sized one.
Oh, there's a little bit nicer one in there.
Yeah, there are some nicer ones. I think you found him.
Hook another one so we can trade them out. Get another bait.
Here he is, right here.
Misha.
There he is, right
Hurry,
there.
hurry. Put a big bait on there.
Here. Right now we got a whole bunch of schoolies around. We stopped to play with them. But as we were sitting here playing with them, all of a sudden there's about a 20, 25 pounder out here. There he is right there, right under the boat. We're gonna see if we can't keep this bait away from them.
Fish.
And there he is right there, right there. Come on, fish. Now, what? Reel, you're gonna lose him.
Here.
Pitch it right in front of you. He's right there. Right there, right there. All right, come on.
Jig
Come
it.
up and get him, big boy.
There he goes. There he goes.
Got your bait. That's all right.
He's up in front of the boat.
He didn't feel the sting of the hook.
There he is.
There you go.
He's up in the bow.
See him?
Yeah, he's right there.
All right, so we're out here playing with these schoolies right now. We've got this big 25 pounder around here. We threw out there, he ate it, got the bait, didn't get stuck by the hook. So now we got another bait on him. We're gonna see if we can't get him hooked up and get him in the boat. Stay tuned with us.
Nice job, Mike. All right.
You might go to the port side.
Okay. Here, you can just take him on this side. Oh yeah. All right, you wanna stick him? You want me to stick him?
Oh, I'll let you.
I'm gonna bump the boat ahead so that you can. I'm gonna put a way on it so you can stab him real
I was
quick.
gonna say, if you want, I'll bump the boat. You can grab him. You're fishing. Nice fish too.
Now this is fishing in the Keys.
Yes, sir.
Nice dolphin. Pretty work, guys. Pretty work.
What kind of line you got on there?
20 pound, like 40 liter.
Okay. That's good. It's good.
Nice fish, too. There we go. Nice dolphin.
All right.
Pretty work.
Well, if I can get him in the box.
Pretty work.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Bravo. That's one of the nicer fish I've seen here in a couple of weeks. All right, so we've been out here in the blue water. We've caught ourselves some bonitas, some huge bonita. Got to play with some schoolies. We got that big bull. Now, the diversity is it's midday, so we're gonna go ahead and shift gears and run into the reef. What do you got planned?
I think we're gonna run in here right on the edge of the reef, and about 110 feet of water, just a big edge. It comes back up to about 70 feet. We're gonna get on the outside of that. We're gonna chum and see if we can't catch some big flag yellowtails.
We're out here, we're anchored up on the reef now. We're just outside of Key West. We set a plan before we left the dock, and it looks like we're following right through with it. We got our dolphin, we got, you know, a variety of fish that we went out there and played with. What's on the schedule now?
We're in about 80 feet of water right now. We just put the chum bag in, and as you can see up on the bottom machine, it's really blowed up. There seems to be a pretty big cloud of fish down there. And the yellowtail, you know, it may take them about 30 minutes, but we sit here and we free line. We're using these. These are Mahi-mahi, and we're just kind of matching the chum slick, and it just drifts back in there, and their school of fish is back there eating it. So
We are broadcast spreading our Mahi-mahi. Mahi-mahi, the bait of choice for yellowtail fishermen Keys wide. We're looking at the bottom machine here, and if you look at those marks, you can see there's some pretty significant marks. Most of that's going to be yellowtails. There'll be some other fish that are in there, but we're really keying on the yellowtails. You can see we've got fish starting to show up. They're coming up in the water column, and what we're really trying to key on is those reds and yellows, because those are going to be your better fish. The things that people seem to have a lot of problem with is the concept of free lining. I know that, you know, a lot of folks like to pitch stuff out there and close the bail and just sit and wait for a bite.
right.
Show us how it's done.
Well, you know, you can't really let it sit because you want it to mimic, what you're trying to do is mimic your chum slick, and everything's constantly moving, and they're back there and they can see so well. We've actually dropped down to 8-pound test, and it's, you know, so they can't really, it's really hard for them to see it, but they're also really far back there, so it takes up to about 5 minutes. But when you're letting them out, you're taking, what we're using for bait right now is Mahi-mahis, and they just look like little glass minnows, you know, kind of like a smaller cousin of a silverside almost, and put 3 or 4 on there.
I usually put about 15 on mine.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And just kind of flip it out there into the slick, and you just constantly pay your line out, you know.
And that's
And,
key, because why?
And the reason you're doing this is because it's, you know, the bait's naturally falling with the current right now, just like the chum. You can see the chum, it's drifting back slowly with the current. And you also want to keep your hands in the line though, just like this, because you'll feel it when they pick it up. They'll pick it up and the line will just start peeling off the spool. You know, and I usually count to about 3 before I set up on them, let them get it good and aid in their mouth, and before you put the steel in them. So that way you got a real good solid hookup on them.
And that is a fine art of flatlining.
Well, we have color.
To me.
We have yellow on the head.
Yes, our endeavors have produced a yellowtail.
Well.
And that is how you do it.
And this is a yellowtail snapper. Not a bad one either. He gets to go in the air conditioning for a little while.
We'll invite him over for dinner.
Yes.
Nice. Like having friends for dinner. I believe that he has caught the target species.
Oh my God.
Nice fish. Look at that. You are on the board. And that's the way we do it here in the fabulous Florida Keys. All right, we've been out here fishing today with Captain Russell, Captain Mike on the Ocean Energy fishing team. They're right here out of Key West Bite at Conch Harbor Marina. Had a great day. We went out, we caught some bonita right off the bat. We found some big ones offshore. Got that nice big dolphin. We've been sitting here on the hook. We learned the proper way to do some yellowtail flatlining. Caught some nice yellowtail, so we got a cooler full of fish. Beautiful day. What do you say that we wrap it up? We get back to the dock, get fish clean, get us clean, and we'll catch you later on the next episode of Reeling in the Keys.
There's a place out on the ocean, ain't on a map anywhere. The captain's looking at the water, he knows exactly where to steer. No internet or Wi-Fi towers, all that stress is gone. The line's just went in the water, and somebody yells, "Fish on!" And it's just another day, reeling in the Keys. We got that fishing feeling, there's no place we'd rather be. We're a million miles from nowhere, but we ain't lost at sea. Just living life, living the dream, reeling in the Keys.